Hello everybody, this is GamerBot again, aka Major Cotton, and today it's time for another Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 video. I don't know about you, but I've been following the news about the release of the Epstein files, and that made me think I want to take a look at these two islands that Jeffrey Epstein owned. So let's take a look if we can find them here. Little St. James Island. That should be the one. Now that is weird. It doesn't seem to find anything. But thanks God, I got Google Maps. And Google Maps was kind of helpful, pointing out the location of Little St. James and Great St. James Island. So let's find a little airport nearby. And here is Virgin Islands Army National Guard Estate Bovany. We'll set as departure, we'll set as arrival. And we'll add a waypoint here. And another waypoint right here. So, and we'll be flying a Bell Model 407. What time of the day is it? Let's get a little bit earlier. So we can see something that looks good. Perfect. Let's go. So our chopper is already ready for takeoff. So let's do this. Jeffrey Epstein, before he unsubscribed to life, or was unsubscribed to life maybe, allegedly, owned these two beautiful islands, known by the names of Great St. James Island and Little St. James Island. Epstein himself referred to Little St. James as Little St. Jeff. And together with Ghislaine Maxwell, he has been trafficking over 1,000 young girls, not to say children, to himself, and no one else, of course. All the other guys in the Epstein files have nothing to do with nothing, allegedly. So there's nothing to see, probably. Also on this island here. I mean, yes, the recreation in Microsoft Flight Simulator is not that great in my opinion. If you look at it from Google Maps, you get a much better picture in my opinion. Because over there's a mansion with a swimming pool, which is not so perfectly represented. We'll try to land here at the helipad. I hope I don't crash now, that would be embarrassing. Descending slowly. Yep, that was nice enough, I'd say. Let's turn off the engine. Ah, the silence. I wanted to show you something that I found interesting. This, in my opinion, is some weird shit. What are these walls for? There is one thing that personally I associate with such an arrangement, and that's a shooting range. Due to my professional career before I became a photographer, I've seen quite a number of them. And this reminds me strongly of a shooting range. But if it weren't a shooting range, to me this looks like these earth walls are made to conceal something. Something potentially sinister. I don't know about you, but if I were doing human sacrifices on an island, I wouldn't want too many witnesses except the people I invited to said sacrifices. Allegedly, of course. But if you've followed all these revelations about the Epstein files, you might have become aware of a certain preference for beef jerky. All these people in touch with Epstein, they were really fond of beef jerky. Well, the cattle for the jerky probably had to be killed somewhere. Allegedly. Yep. Kind of weird, isn't it? If you have any other idea what this could have been used for, or why it is here on basically on the peak of Little Saint Jeff? Write me in the comments. Really curious about your opinion. And I found it also very interesting that the search within Microsoft Flight Simulator didn't return anything, except these islands are definitely here, as you can see. Well, who knows? Mr. Gates, I've heard, has also been to this island, allegedly. But maybe he didn't know anything. Maybe he did. We'll never find out, I guess. Or maybe we will. Oh, nice. Beautiful. That's the button of all buttons. Horn mute. Instrument check. Yep, we're ready to go again. Well, interesting place, isn't it? These two islands were not very remote, actually. No. But remote enough for terrible things to happen, it seems. Yeah, well, I'm curious if we'll ever hear more about the people allegedly involved in these alleged events. So now let's try to land this baby again. hopeful with the collective. Slowly descending. There we go. I think I've shown you all that was here to see. Not so much actually, but quite interesting little details. Let's see if we'll ever find out what happened on these islands. If the whole awful truth is going to be revealed. Let's keep fingers crossed that the people involved are served justice. That's it for today. GamerBot over and out. Thanks for joining me.